As the leaves turn and the air grows crisp,
It's that time of year again, spooky season. But amidst the pumpkin-spiced lattes and costume parties, there's a chill in the air that has nothing to do with the weather. The film industry is facing some truly terrifying trends, and they're not just confined to the silver screen. From the decline of the studio system to the rise of AI, the future of cinema looks more like a horror movie than a fairy tale. But here's where it gets really scary. These trends aren't just affecting what we watch. They're reshaping the entire landscape of storytelling. And this is the part most people miss, the human cost behind the blockbuster curtain. Let's dive into the 5 scariest movie trends keeping us awake this season. And trust me, you'll want to keep the lights on for this one. 1.
the studio system on life support. A slow fade to black. Remember when going to the movies was an event?
Popcorn, dimmed lights, and the thrill of discovering something new? Those days feel increasingly like a relic of the past.
While it's tempting to blame the pandemic for all our cinematic woes,
the truth is, the studio system has been showing cracks for decades.
Movie-going trends have been on a downward spiral, leaving theaters scrambling to fill seats. In response, studios have doubled down on spectacle, betting the farm on blockbuster events rather than diverse mid-budget films. The result? The disappearance of mid-budget movies, once the backbone of the industry, has left filmmakers like Guillermo del Toro and Martin Scorsese seeking refuge in streaming platforms. It's a gamble that's paying off for some, but at what cost to the art form? 2. The alarming downsizing of the movie business, a corporate horror story. If you thought the corporate satire in Severance was exaggerated, think again. The film industry is undergoing a real-life nightmare of consolidation and downsizing. The merger of 20th Century Fox and Disney was just the tip of the iceberg. Now Warner Bros. Discovery is on the auction block, with Netflix looming as a potential buyer. This isn't just about numbers on a balance sheet. It's about livelihoods. Thousands of jobs have already been lost, and the trend shows no signs of slowing. Fewer studios mean fewer opportunities for writers, directors, and marginalized talent, creating a climate where a handful of executives hold all the cards. It's a chilling reminder that behind every blockbuster is a human story, and sometimes it's not a happy one. 3. Franchises stuck in purgatory, the never-ending sequel. What's spookier than a ghost? A franchise that just won't die. From Star Wars to Scream, beloved properties are being milked dry with diminishing returns. While fans cling to the hope of a return to form, the reality is grim. Even the most die-hard enthusiasts admit that many recent entries feel like soulless cash grabs. Take Scream 7, for example, which looks more like a generic slasher flick than a worthy successor to the franchise. And don't get me started on HBO's Harry Potter adaptation, which feels less like a labor of love and more like a cynical brand extension. Are we really so starved for originality that we'll settle for endless rehashes? It's a question worth asking, and one that doesn't have an easy answer. 4. The streaming experience, a dream turned nightmare. Remember when streaming was the future? No commercials, endless choices, and all for a low monthly fee. It sounded too good to be true, because it was. Price hikes, compressed video quality, and the constant churn of content have turned the streaming dream into a logistical nightmare. Keeping track of what's available on which platform feels like a full-time job. And just when you fall in love with a show, it vanishes without a trace. Ad-supported services like Tubi are picking up the slack. But it's a far cry from the golden age we were promised. Is this the future of entertainment, or just a bumpy ride to something better? Only time will tell, but for now, it's a frustrating reality for viewers and creators alike. 5. The AI bubble, a ticking time bomb for creativity. And now, the elephant in the room, AI. For some, it's the future of filmmaking. For others, it's an existential threat. But one thing is certain. The AI bubble is bound to pop, and the fallout could be catastrophic. From garish production design to the replacement of human actors, no aspect of storytelling is safe. AI companies promise cost savings and innovation, but at what cost?
Is the potential for profit worth sacrificing the human touch that makes art resonate? It's a controversial question, and one that divides opinions, but as we stand on the brink of this technological revolution, it's worth asking, are we creating a brighter future, or are we selling our souls to the algorithm? Final thoughts, a call to action. As we revel in the scares of spooky season, let's not forget the real horrors lurking in the film industry. From the decline of the studio system to the rise of AI, these trends aren't just affecting what we watch, they're reshaping how stories are told and by whom.
But here's the controversial part. Is it too late to change course?
Some say the damage is done, while others believe there's still hope for a cinematic renaissance. What do you think? Are these trends the death knell for traditional filmmaking, or just growing pains in an evolving industry? Sound off in the comments. Let's keep the conversation going before the credits roll for good.